Today we are going to discuss generation of alternating voltage. An alternating voltage can be generated either by rotating a coil in a uniform magnetic field at a constant speed, and second is by rotating a uniform magnetic field within a stationary coil at a constant speed. Both of the figures is given here. In first condition, we are having a rotating coil and which is rotated in a uniform magnetic field, this one. And in second condition, we are rotating a uniform magnetic field within a stationary coil at a constant speed. The first method is generally applied in small AC generators, whereas second method is applied in large AC generators due to economic consideration. In first figure, we can see that a coil, this is a coil, is placed in a uniform magnetic field, and that coil is connected to load with the help of slip rings and brushes. And when this coil is rotated in anti-clockwise direction with a constant angular speed or velocity of omega radians per second, an EMF induced in the coil according to Fleming's right-hand rule. The cross-sectional view of the coil at different positions are shown below. You can see there are four conditions by which we can see that EMF is generated in the coil. Here we are considering one coil whose coil sides A and A dash. In the second figure, we are rotating a uniform magnetic field within a stationary coil. You can see that there is a salient pole. This is a salient pole rotor which is producing a uniform magnetic field, and it is rotated in anti-clockwise direction at a speed of omega radian per second. And this stationary coil has coil sides A and A dash. In these four conditions, we can easily understand how the EMF is generated in the coil sides. So in first condition, you can see that the coil A have coil side A and A dash, and that coil is rotated in uniform magnetic field in anti-clockwise direction at omega radian per second. And in this condition, the rotation of coil sides is parallel to magnetic lines of forces or flux. In this condition, EMF induced will be 0. Why? Because the rotation of coil sides is parallel to flux, and if this rotation of this coil side is parallel and this is flux, so there will be angle theta equals to 0. Okay. Now in second condition, you can see that the rotation of coil sides A and A dash is perpendicular to the magnetic lines of forces, and in this condition the EMF induced in the coil sides A and A dash will be E equals to EM. In third condition, the EMF induced in the coil sides will be 0, and in fourth condition E equals to minus EMF is generated. If we incorporate all these four conditions in a common figure, we can see here that at condition A, EMF induced in the coil sides is 0. At B, EMF induced is maximum, that is EM. You can see here EM. And at condition C, the EMF again reaches to 0, and in condition D, the EMF is maximum but it has the negative value. Now, some things can be observed from this figure, that at condition B, the direction of EMF induced in the conductor A is outward. You can see that if you are putting dot here, then the direction of EMF will be outward. So in condition B, the direction of EMF induced in the conductor A is outward, whereas condition D, the direction of EMF induced in the conductor A is inward. So if you are putting cross, that means the direction of EMF is inward. Okay. So, or we can say that in condition D, the direction of EMF induced in the conductor A is inward, and that is the direction of EMF induced in the condition at instant B, which is opposite to the direction of EMF induced at condition B. So we can see that In condition B, the coil site A having dot, and in condition D, coil site A is having cross. Okay, so in this manner we can easily see that the alternating voltage is developed in the coil sites, and hence we can say that when a coil is rotated in a uniform magnetic field and voltage is generated, and vice versa. Thank you very much.